Hello again, it's a new album review and anticipation moment, and this time it's not Jean-Michel Jarre, it's not Tangerine Dream, though days will come again in the future. It is Abba. Yes, the thing that, like, we thought we would never hear from again, a new material, Abba. I remember several years ago when there was like the possibility of 2 or 3 new Abba tracks announced. I'd just dropped my mum at Southampton Hospital. She was having surgery that day, and we were coming back along the road through the New Forest, and the news on the car radio driving along with my dad was that Abba was going to release some new songs. And it was the day, I think, where Trump and the North Korean Kim Jong-un had shook hands, and the world looked like a more positive place. But for me, it was mainly because Abba were going to release some music, and then it went like ages and ages and ages, and oh yes, we have these new songs we're going to release, and it just kept going on and on and on. You think, well, why aren't they releasing it? And then it comes out that they've got a whole new album. Fantastic. Abba is, as we know, just one of the most perfect pop music bands ever. They cannot be beat. So I was going to take a quick tour through some of my Abba stuff before I unwrap my new Abba package from Universal Music. Universal Music, it is a really good thing to keep your customer informed. So if you have delays in the future dispatching packets, let your customers know, because we're hanging on for it. It's important to us. Exceptional customer service. Keep your customer informed, yeah? So a quick tour through my Abba CDs. I put off this for a week, you know. I got the package a week ago and I've had a really awful cold. Some days I've not been able to speak and it's just been cold. I've got a gravelly voice or a streaming nose, and I've got time off work now, just like usual days off, and so I can focus on getting better and making a video about the new Abba album and Abba CDs and music. Yes. Now, the very first Abba piece of music I bought was Abba the Singles, a double CD that I think was deleted from the catalogue in about 1991. At the time, I was working for Our Price Music, which was then a national UK music record shop, VHS and all that kind of stuff, CD singles, cassette singles. And I bought this at Christmas, I think 1991. And I was really, really pleased with it. And I remember commenting that I'd had got some Abba music with my Christmas money to a youth group leader, and he said, "Oh, Abba, that's a bit old hat, isn't it? This is like Christmas 1991." Well, it's just good music, and I stuck by it because it was good music, and I've dipped into this many times since. You can see that the cases are getting a bit worn and scuffed, and the discs, again, are getting a bit worn, but it's just done me, stood the test of time. And that's why I haven't got Abba Gold or more Abba Gold, because most of the stuff that's really good and worth having as like best singles are on here. And then at the time when I was at Our Price Music, Erasure released their ABBA-esque EP, and I really wish I'd got the ABBA-esque EP at the time. But a CD single that I've got recently from a charity shop, which is a response to Erasure's album, is Björn Again's Erasure-ish. That's hard to say. Disc. Brilliant stuff. Erasure, Andy, Vince, love you guys. Thank you for your music. So that's really cool. And then I didn't do much else of Abba apart from the singles for a long time, and then I thought, well, there's actually occasionally I'd hear other bits of Abba music, but there's a lot of Abba albums with good music on that I have not heard. And then I resolved to myself in the last few years, I try and pick up the rest of Abba's back catalogue through charity shops, thrift stores, you might call them in other parts of the world. And so I ended up getting like Arrival, 75 pence. And I love the track Arrival. It's actually probably the first piece of Abba music which bored deep into my being. My parents had it on an instrumental music compilation released about 79-80 called Reflections, a big green cover largely of Penmine Pool on the front, and I had like Vangelis, Santana, as well as Abba and lots of other beautiful instrumental music on there. Voulez-vous, Waterloo, Super Trooper. This actually has one of my tracks on it which I will play over and over again. The Piper, I'd never heard it until I got this from a charity shop. And when it got to The Piper after Our Last Summer and before Lay All Your Love on Me, blown away. I love it. I hope The Piper sees more life in the future. Also, I got from Scope, another charity shop, was Abba, a double album, Arrival and Ring Ring, just a different edition. As well as Abba, the album, 75p. Earlier this year, went into a charity shop near where I live, and there were 3 ABBA-related CDs in there, and I had to get them. One is Lycka by Björn Ulvaeus and Benny Andersson. A good listen to. Frida's solo album, Frida's Something Going On. And then I got this, which contains a number of their very famous songs and not so famous songs for English listeners, which are all in Swedish. Waterloo. Obviously we know Att finnas till en sång och en saga. Honey, honey. Ska man skratta eller gråta? I'm trying some of my Scandinavian pronunciation. I know probably a bit more Norwegian pronunciation. It was an education trying to learn to pronounce the different vowels in the Scandinavian languages, because you look at them as just knowing English and German. You're thinking, well, what do you do with it? O and A and E. So, Tänk om jorden för ung. SOS, Fernando. Åh, vilka tider. Som en sparv, en sång. En sång om sorg och glädje. En karusell. Dröm är dröm och saga saga. Man vill ju leva lite dessemellan. Hey, gamla man. I know that because I've been to the Gamla Bybrücke in Trondheim, the old town bridge. Gamla, old. Ring, ring. Så glad som dina ögon. And vill du låna en man? Which I think was the Charlie Rich song. Hey, did you happen to see the most beautiful girl in the world? What they've been doing, obviously, besides releasing the album, is they've released some of the singles as CD singles. No bonus content on the CD singles. Don't Shut Me Down. And these are in cardboard cases. It's nice to have CD singles. It is a format I really miss. Top left, I've got about 500 CD singles up there. Seriously, from... I think 91 is my current earliest CD single. I will do more content about CD singles another time. And then I Still Have Faith in You, which the first time I heard it, which was when they did the press conference and big launch, it was it's another ABBA song, but it didn't really make much impact. But I've played this on loop a few times. And now when you get that hook, it gets me, and it builds and it hooks. Love it, really love it. And then the one which was recorded in the 70s, but it's just been released as a single, and I understand is on a new album, Just a Notion. All good ABBA music. Now, let's get to the package. Got this last week. Didn't open it because I wanted to make this video, and I tend to remember the way I was feeling, think what things were like when I get a new album that is significant to me. And if I'm feeling particularly poop or something bad has happened or upsetting, I will put it off a bit so I don't too heavily link the feeling of that new album with that feeling. And I didn't want to link this with feeling absolutely floored almost by a cold. So let's have the big open. In here I should have the t-shirt, the tape and the CD of Voyage. So let's get into it if I can. And I've said I had wanted an Abba t-shirt for so long. I kept looking, and it seemed to me that the only legitimate way to do it was to buy it from the Abba Museum and then ship it into the UK. And it's like, oh, a bit expensive that way. Well, it was a bit expensive this way, but you get the new album with it. So, in here, let's have a look. So we've got the packaging, lovely packaging in the bin. A t-shirt. Oh, yes. And I can put this on my t-shirt. And I'm sure when they get the ABBA concert venue up and running, and I have tickets for next year, by the way, look forward to going. There will be further ABBA merchandise available in the UK. You won't have to make a trip to the ABBA Museum in Sweden to get some decent ABBA merch. Now, with this bundle, I wanted to get the ABBA cover with all of ABBA on the front, but to get this particular bundle, you had to have one of the individual members of ABBA. So I had to go for Team Agneta. So there we go. Abba Voyage on music cassette on MC and CD with Agneta on the cover. And as I've seen online with the cassette, side A of ABBA, the A is illuminated, and then when I open it up, B on ABBA will be the side B. Wait a minute, I'm just going to show you something. I'm thinking about the CD single covers here. I was looking at these earlier on. How about there's no uniformity on them? I'll show you what I mean. Let me get these on the right way. There we go. So that the CDs don't slide out of the cardboard cases. There we go. Look at the spines. The font is in different size, yeah? The fonts on the catalogue numbers are in different sizes. Come on, let's have some uniformity. And like on one, you've got the title and ABBA on the front. And the other two on the front do not have the name of the group or the title of the song on it. What's going on there, eh? I'm smiling, you know. So, there we go. We're into the CD case. That new CD smell. Gosh. There we go. And I'm sure many folk watching this have done this with their various ABBA CDs, tapes, vinyl. Interestingly, have you just bought this on digital? What was your experience of buying or listening to ABBA on digital? Because I'm confident it's not the same. Right, so let's go into here. We've got some inlay cards, lyrics, some pictures of them in the studio. Oh, is this a poster? Let's have a look. Okay, yeah, kind of a poster. There we have it. And the disc itself, there we go. I look forward to giving that a spin this evening. So let me know what your ABBA loves are in the comments, your favourite tracks, your hopes for the concert experience. And let's share the ABBA love. And when I do my review of the album, I will of course have the t-shirt on. Let's have a look. Ooh. There you go, it's just got ABBA on the front. Just got ABBA. It's got their trademarks logo. There we go, official ABBA merch. And inside the back collar as well, large. Happy listening, and I look forward to feeding back to you very soon.